Indian Hill High School Video Department presents boys varsity basketball, the Indian Hill Braves versus the Deer Park Wildcats. This is Larry Eli along with John English getting ready to bring you the game. And John, this ought to be a real contest tonight. Got a couple minutes before the game starts with Deer Park coming in 7-0 and undefeated in the CHL. And Indian Hill with only one loss. How do you see the game unfolding?
Well, I haven't seen Deer Park play this year. Certainly Indian Hill has an outstanding team with some tremendous senior leadership. I expect a really close game, and I expect Indian Hill to come out with a win tonight.
Well, I think it'll be an interesting game. There's a summer league this summer that the Indian Hill players played in. We only had five players there that day. I believe they had 8 or 9, and we played them at the Madeira Gym and played them nip and tuck for the whole game. And I look for a heck of a game. I know that Adkins and Land are going to be tough for Deer Park, and then particularly Adkins on the inside. Land on the inside. He's 6'5", and he's bigger than anyone we have on the Indian Hill team. So I think the key to the game is going to be being able to control the boards, keeping Land off the boards, and taking away that second and third chance on the offensive boards for Deer Park.
You like to see Indian Hill has outstanding shooters on the perimeter, and you like to see them work it in a little bit and really force it into the inside some and make those big guys play under there.
Well, that's right. It'd be nice if we could get some of them into foul trouble early. Right. Indian Hill has done a good job of bringing the ball inside, then kicking it back out for the three-point shooters. Now, you played college basketball at University of Virginia?
Yeah.
That's great.
Been a long time ago, Larry.
Well, let me ask you, were there three-pointers in?
No, sir.
Well, there weren't when I played either, so we're even there.
Couldn't dunk the ball back then.
That's right. They took it out in 1969, 68, 69.
Yeah, Louis Alcindor came on the scene. They outlawed the dunk.
Yeah, for you younger fans, that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's about 7'4", 7'5". He's not 7'2". And the game was so, he dominated the game so much in college, they took the dunk out. That brings back fond memories. Well, we're almost ready for introductions of the starting lineups. Starting at center is number 4. Deer Park is number 55, Eric Hearn. Ken Anstead at a forward. Number 34, Seth Land at a forward. Number 12, Tom Moorman at a forward. And I didn't catch the last one, but I believe it's 31 now, Anstead. Well, it will be. The crowd's starting to get a little fired up. It's one of the better crowds we've had this year, and by far the most vocal at this point. So that makes it exciting. That's one of the nice things about basketball is the closeness of the crowd and how they affect games. And here we go with the introduction of the Indian Hill starting 5. Students here sure love this introduction with the lights out and the spotlight on. The music playing loud. The crowd gets into it. At 30, senior forward for the Braves, Trey Eli. That's my son. Glad to see him out there. Keith Whitson, number 24, at the other forward. At center, number 34 for the Indian Hill Braves is Tad DeBoer. Walter Davis, number 21, at one of the guards, and the final starter is number 12, Joe Collinsworth. Braves are excited about this game, and I know Deer Park is too. It's always fun to have two top-notch teams playing each other. And this will set the stage for the early lead in the CHL.
You can tell the Indian Hill Braves are fired up tonight.
Yes, sir. The second starting guard is Steve McGraw for Deer Park. So they have heck, we're even having to stand ourselves as announcers, even though we're up above everybody, because the crowd's on its feet anticipating the start of this game. All right, Keith Whitson jumps center for Indian Hill. He's got a good vertical leap. He's not the tallest player, but he's got some good vertical, good timing. And we're underway, and Deer Park controls the opening tip. And they get off a 2-point shot. And Deer Park fast breaks and scores. Well, they beat Indian Hill down the floor that time. Indian Hill's going to have to be aware of that because Deer Park will break. And they've got oh, nice penetration by Collinsworth. Misses the shot. Rebound is cleared by Seth Land. Deer Park comes down the floor to set their offense, leading 4-0. They made their first 2 shots. Right. Tad DeBoer is called for a pushing foul. From behind, he pushed number 55, Eric Hearn. It's interesting to see Trey Eli on the floor guarding number 31 and Ken Anstedt. They've known each other for several years. Steal by Indian Hill. And down the floor with a nice drive to the basket. Well, I don't know what he called. He must have called a travel because there's no points on the board. Turnover by Indian Hill. Boy, that's a walk. That's, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anstedt with a shot. That's good. It's going to be a tough defense job for Eli. Yeah. Indian Hill down 6-0 to start this game. And Collinsworth drags it to the hole. What a nice job. Right down the pipe on him. Boy, I tell you, he got a half a step on his man and took it to the hole. Yeah. He uses both hands very well. And the basket's good and foul by DeBoer. Good Linder. Right, that was a good job of getting the ball in low. A little lob pass in low to into Seth Land. They're going to have to be real alert on that. You're correct, yeah. Score is 8-2, and Seth Land is at the line trying to make it a 3-point play. Shots away, no good.
First thing they missed all night.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they cool off a little. Indian Hill heats up. And Keith Whitson down the lane for 2. I'll tell you, that's twice we've driven right down the pipe on him. Indian Hill pressing.
His own press here.
Yeah. 2-on-1 break. Easy layup for Deer Park. Indian Hill's going to have to change that press or get back quicker to be able to handle that. And the ball is stolen by Deer Park. Ball is turned over to Indian Hill.
I think they need to work the offense down here and get a little emotion going.
That's correct. So far, Indian Hill has been somewhat emotionless, and Deer Park has come out pumped.
Well, we're not getting everybody involved.
And they steal the inbound, so good defense. Anstad forces a shot, gets his own rebound, and puts it through. I take that back. Number 55, Hearn, gets the rebound and puts it through.
Have to do a better job of blocking them off the boards here.
Yep.
We got a little bit too much one-on-one here. I think we're going to need to get everybody involved in this offense a little bit.
Yeah, Indian Hill needs to come down, set their offensive pattern, and get it done. So far they haven't. They're down 12-4 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Skip pass to Collinsworth for 3. No good. Kept alive. And good job. I'll tell you what, that's an excellent job of getting off the floor like a jackrabbit by Brendan Flood.
Good hustle there.
Yes, sir. He drew the foul.
And he kept the ball up and played, didn't take it back down. Good move by Brendan.
Yes. That's Seth Land. That's his first foul. We talked about that. If we can get the ball in low and draw some fouls on their big guys, because we're going to need that. We're going to need that a rebounding guys to win this one.
Yeah,
Shots,
if you're not a strong rebounding team, if you're gonna have to make a lot of threes. Otherwise, you got to work that ball in.
Yes, sir. Second one is up and good.
Got the roll on that one. Good defense here.
Indian Hill in a man-to-man defense. Ball is short and rebounded by Deer Park. Oh, nice job. A rebounded by Brendan Flegg, going up hard, and he's fouled by number 34, Seth Land. Oh, what a great job of hitting those boards hard. He's not the biggest guy on the floor, but that's a big break for Indian Hill. That puts Land on the bench, and hopefully that'll put him on the bench for 7-8 minutes here between the first and second quarter.
Yeah, we just need more white shirts underneath the basket.
Yes, sir.
Still got a lot of one-on-one out there.
Yeah, we're getting a drive to the basket, but we're not following up with a tip.
Too many people standing around. They're not involved in the offense.
Yep.
Three-pointer.
No good. Nice box out by Collinsworth. Well, to take that long rebound.
Walk on Brendan Flood there. Got a little anxious.
Yeah, Indian Hill needs to show a little patience on offense. Work a good pattern. Work the ball in, back out, get a good 3 or an easy 2-point shot. Again, Indian Hill in a press. And they
There's
throw
an
it
easy
away.
steal.
And
Another
they leave
drive.
it down the middle for Walter Davis. Nobody back. Well, they can't get an easier basket than that, John.
I tell you what, if you're going to press, you got to have a big man back there to be the safety valve.
That's correct. No safety valve. Deer Park gets another layup.
Well, I'd really like to see Indian Hill work the ball around here.
Brendan Flood for 2.
Whitson over the back.
Good attempt by Keith to try to tip the ball away, but he went over the back and fouled.
They're rushing the offense. They have rarely taken more than 10 seconds before they throw up a shot.
Yeah, that's correct.
If they can just work the ball around, get everybody involved, and relax a little bit, they're a little tight. Good trap in the corner there.
Indian Hill's got to hustle back. It's
But that's a
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Good block. Good block by Josh Cooper.
All right, nice job. What a hustle job that was. Down the floor, lays it up and misses.
Like you say, Larry, we're getting a lot of drives to the basket, but we're not capitalizing on them.
Yep.
A little scramble underneath.
Deer Park was able to.
Well, I tell you, they're picking up all the loose balls and getting all the baskets.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit quicker to the ball in this first quarter than Indian Hill so far. Collinsworth brings it up. And is ball for over and back.
Well, that's a tough call. He just had 1 foot barely over the half-court line there. Good defense on Deer Park.
So we have a break here. The Indian High School Video Department is proud to bring Braves fans over 15 girls and boys basketball games this season. sure to tune into ICRC Community and Educational Access channels to catch your Indian Hill Braves. Well, John, Indian Hill down 16-7 with 2:51 left in the first quarter. What do you see so far?
Well, mainly I think Deer Park's got a tough defense. They're playing well on offense. I think Indian Hill's definitely got to move the ball around a little bit more, get everybody involved, so people can get position for rebounds. Right now we're taking the ball to the hoop, but nobody seems to be involved, and nobody's getting in position to pick up those rebounds.
Well, that's correct. And a lot of times when someone drives to the basket, if you don't make it, there's no one there for the rebound because it's been kind of cleared and the defense starts to collapse and you'll have 3 or 4 people waiting for a rebound if you don't make it, and the offensive team has none, so we've got to run that offense.
Yeah, you have a tendency to stand around a little bit. Good steal by Josh Cooper again. Got a 2-on-2. Pull up by Joe Collinsworth. Nice play.
Nice touch by Collinsworth.
Another steal here.
All right.
Trey Eli picks up the loose ball.
Indian Hill starting to make a little dent in that lead.
All right.
Throws it inside to Brendan
Good move.
Flood. Misses the easy short shot, and nice rebound cleared in there by Deer Park by number 55, Hearn.
3-pointer by Deer Park.
And that is number 31, Hearn. Talking to Trey Eli before the game, my son, he said he'd have his hands full having to guard number 31. He said he can shoot.
Ooh, tough pass.
Ball's off the hands of Eli, out of bounds. The 10-point lead, Deer Park inbounds the ball. In the press by Indian Hill.
Got to stay on your
Park
feet.
Breaks it. Yeah, that's traveling. Ball's out of bounds to Indian Hill.
Got to stay on our feet on that press. You get up in the air, and it's tough to play defense up there.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's hard to move those feet.
We got some good traps working in the on the press, but we're not handling on the in the front court.
Tom Mormon, number 12, enters the game for Deer Park, and into the game for Joe Collinsworth for Indian Hill is number
Brian
42,
Walker.
Brian Walker.
Now Walker's a leaper, so he ought to help us out on the boards here.
He sure is. He's a hustler, too. Ball's out front.
Starting to work the ball a little bit better. Here's an easy shot right here by Walker. Tough luck there.
It's all right. If we get a good shot like that each time down the floor, we'll convert enough. Oh,
Yeah, that's what you want, those good shots. That's walking right there.
yeah. I thought he walked before that. Well, Indian Hill ball out of bounds again. Man-to-man press is giving them a little trouble.
Well, I think we've had 3 steals in the last 4 possessions by Deer Park. Tough shot by Josh Cooper there. Looked like we're forcing those shots, Larry.
Brendan Flood misses a left-hander and Anstad rebounds. It's the outlet pass, and Deer Park brings it up the side.
Good steal by Josh Cooper again. I think he's had 3 steals, and then we throw it away. Looked like a foul on Brian Walker, I think, before the shot.
Right. Right. It'll be Deer Park's ball out of bounds. That's the 4th foul on Indian Hill. Deer Park still only has 2 fouls, and they're both on number 34, Land. Indian Hill not really able to take advantage of him being out of the game as of yet.
No, and they still seem to be pounding it inside. Getting a lot of easy shots. So you got to have some weak side help back there. He pushed off.
Good job of defense by Brendan Flood. Cause number 55, Hearn, to push off.
But the weak side forward's going to have to drop down that lane and pick him up on the weak side. Otherwise, he's going to have a lot of easy baskets.
Yeah, into the game for Indian Hill. In hopes of putting a little more muscle into the game is Trey Berry.
Trey, he's a real scrapper, too.
Yep, he's a big guy, too. He's 6'4" and about 220 pounds. Played tight end on the football team this year.
Deer Park's playing a tough man-to-man defense. They don't give you a whole lot to work with. There's a great pass inside. Great move by Trey Eli.
Yeah, he cut to the basket real well. That's
good backdoor cut.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can, whoa.
Trey Berry called for a blocking foul. Somebody let their man down the lane.
I think somebody forgot to pick him up. He just had a free avenue there to the basket.
That's a big possession for Indian Hill. They got it under double digits, and now it's back to a 10-point lead and a chance to expand it to 11. As
I tell you, either this Deer Park defense is very tough, or we're real tight tonight, because this is the lowest scoring Indian Hill game I've seen.
Now number 10, Beach, misses the free throw and back down
That's
the
another
floor.
tough shot there. No rebounding underneath.
With Indian Hill only getting one shot, Deer Park doing a good job of clearing that defensive board.
So they've got a lot of patience on their offense also. They're working the ball well. Keith Woodson knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll be Deer Park's ball.
You know, a couple of the Indian Hill players been suffering from bad colds and almost flu-like symptoms for a couple of days, so hopefully that won't affect their.
Need some tough defense here. You only have 4 seconds left before they get a shot off. Good rebound.
Josh Cooper gets off a long shot on line but short. At the end of the first quarter, the score is Deer Park 21, Indian Hill 11. If you're a high school sports fan, you won't want to miss the ICRC Sports Box. Each week, the Sports Box will supply you with the highlights, features, and the inside scoop on local high school sports, the sports report that you need. For program times, call the ICRC at 772-4272. Well, 1 quarter down. Surprising lead by Deer Park. They're a good team, but I didn't expect them to out-hustle Indian Hill in their own gym.
No, I still think it's, sometimes when you get too pumped up, you just can't relax when you come out on the court. It looks like Indian Hill, that's exactly what they did. They're a little tight. They're not working the ball on offense. They just need to work their offense a little bit. I think they'll be back in this game.
Well, I think so. I think, I think Indian Hill is what? We've shot 1 3-point shot. It kind of reminds me of the game Wednesday night when Indian Hill, I believe, only scored 10 points in the first quarter of that game. It came out and scored 30 points in the second quarter on the strength of some 3-point shooting. The ball will be inbounds by Indian Hill to start the second quarter. Collinsworth
Tough
misses
luck.
a 3.
No rebounding still.
Good job by Trey Berry in there fronting. And he gets the rebound, fronting the player. And Josh Cooper down the floor quickly. And Keith Whitson grabs his own rebound and sticks it in.
That was a good putback by Keith.
It sure was. Ryan Walker hustles for the rebound. A good patience by Deer Park trying to get off a shot, and ball is tipped away by 55 Hearn and belongs to Indian Hill.
Yeah, Deer Park on their offense, they keep getting a lot of penetration down the middle of the lane. And from there, the guards are able to dish off. We've got to be able to play a little bit better defense at the top of the key. Another drive to the basket.
Pretty drive by Joe Collinsworth down the lane. Yeah, down to a 6-point lead, 21-15. Indian Hill has held them scoreless here for the first almost 2 minutes into the second quarter. And that ball bounces back and through.
Like I said, they're getting a lot of bounces so far tonight. Need to pull it back out here. Ooh, good
nice
shot.
hook shot. And the basket's good. What a move by Keith Whitson down the lane. Took off with his to the left, came back with a hook shot to the right, and is fouled as the ball goes through.
That was a tough move. They had a 2-on-3 and still took it to the hoop. Made a great move there.
That's one thing in watching Keith play over the years. He will take you to the hoop. If there's any possibility of getting there with the ball, he'll do it. He'll find a way. Free throw is no good.
Rebound. Got a push off on Trey Berry, I believe, number 54. Fighting for that rebound.
Yeah, that's all right. That's how Trey plays. He plays rough and tumble. And he's playing against a big fella in there, number 55, Hearn.
Is that 2 fouls on Trey Berry?
I believe that's his first. But he's playing against a 6'5" guy. He's a little bigger than Trey Berry is. So, he's going to have to use his body to maintain position. Oh,
Good
Josh
defense
Cooper.
by Josh Cooper and Trey Berry.
Oh,
Great
nice.
pass.
Nice
Whoa.
vision. Oh, nice vision by Josh
Oh.
Cooper across the court to feed Brian Walker for the lay-in.
I thought he had a
Nice.
3-point play there. I thought he was fouled, but they didn't call anything. Great move by Brian Walker. Looks like Coach Harmon's a little upset with Deer Park. Seems to be pushing off these screens, and the referee's calling it the other way.
Now Trey Eli re-enters the game for Indian Hill for Trey Berry. And will guard a much bigger player. He'll be on number 55, Hearn. Trey Eli at 6'2".